Looks like our skydiver's on the way. Can't see from under here. Here he comes, Pete. Here. No, over here. You're all looking up here. I can see the plane up there, but I can't see the skydiver yet. All the crowd's looking up, so he must be up there. I hope he hasn't landed on the roof. There he comes, there he is. There he comes, wearing the blue and the gold. Battling against the wind here. And there's the other one. He's got the Mount Albert flag on. There he is. The crowd really appreciates that. Oh, here comes another one. We missed him. Where's he gone? Oop. Hey, there he is. Well, that's not bad shooting from 4,000 feet, is it? Here they come, folks. Both teams lining out here. Mount Albert guys coming out with their balls. John Eklund giving it to somebody on the sideline there. Looks like a young Stellati. Yes. There go the balloons. Like Neville Kesher for the one is Lynch by the looks. It's George Rainey. Shane Cooper, captain of Mount Albert today, playing halfback. Name the Mount Albert side, Mount Albert Briscoes Mount Albert. Full back, Darryl Williams, number 1. Number 2, Mark Bourneville, right wing. Right centre, number 3, Chris Mitter. Left centre, number 4, Cedric Lovett. Number 5, left wing, Marcus Boisi. Standoff, Glenn Townsend, number 6. Scrum half, captain, Shane Cooper. Prop forward, number 8, Tafa Iusatini. Number 9, hooker, Cassini Kapu. Number 10, prop, Rando Patel. Second row, number 11, Brett George. Number 12, John Ackland. And loose forward, 13, Jeffrey Ackland. Number 1, fullback, John Ropardi. Number 2, number 3, Joe Ropardi. Centre, number 4, Roger Rota. Left wing, John Swart, number 5. Number 6, standoff, Peter Simons. Scrum half captain, number 7, Daryl Morris. Prop forward, number 8, Frank Tinitala. Hooker, Nordmeyer. Prop forward, number 10, Alan Walters. Second row pairing, number 11, Owen Wright. Number 12, Murray Evans. Loose forward, 13, Hugh McGann.
Rapati kicks off in the grand final of 1983. Cooper takes it, feeds it on to Marcus Boesi. He's tackled heavy by taking their time, getting off him. Back to Shane Cooper, on to Rando Patel. Rando Patel runs hard, makes it up to the 22-metre line. It's out to back to Darryl Williams. Darryl Williams picks the ball up. Comes back to Otahuhu. Otahuhu charged through, crunched over in a tackle by Rando Patel. Otahuhu, lose the ball backwards. Runs straight into Rando and Skippy George. Otahuhu's become the blind. 3 men on the side. Tackled by John Ackland and Skippy. Big fella Frank runs the blind, gets round one tackle, gets bowled over in a tackle by Skippy George and Shane Cooper, 5th and final. Goes out to Daryl Morrison, out to Peter Simons. Peter Simons chips through. It's too deep. Could be a 22 tap. They play it. Tough Rosatini playing it, prop runs it up. Out to Shane Cooper, out to John Ackland. John Ackland tries to go through. He's caught by Peter Simons and don't know. Out to Skippy George. Skippy George running hard, tries to go through but can't. Rando out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Glenn Townsend. Glenn Townsend gets round one, tries to slip the pass, gets through two, feeds it on to Jeffrey Ackland. Jeffrey Ackland sets sail for the lines, caught behind. The ball goes on to Tavares Tini, who's flying. Good work, Mount Albert. Shane Cooper goes the blind. Bring it back inside to Diesel, out to Skippy George. Skippy George out to Shane Cooper. Out to Randover Tower, running wide. Makes it up to their 22. Jeffrey Ackland copped a serve, I think, in the tackle. Comes back out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper feeds it back. The bomb goes up by John Ackland. They're all under it. Lucky bounce for Otahuhu then. They bring it back. Otahuhu bring it up to the 22. Out to Frank Tilatella. Runs hard, tries to feed the ball on, can't get the ball away. Big fella running in close, inside the 5. Cedric Lovett to attempt a shot at goal. It's 2 minutes gone. Cedric Lovett comes in to kick. Otahuhu pick it up on the goal line, come out. Long pass out to Joe Ripati. Joe Ripati's flying, tries to go through. It's caught by Shane Cooper. Big fella, Owen Wright runs through. He's caught by John Ackland and Tavares Satini. They feed it out the blind. Out to Daryl Morrison, on to Hugh McGann's flying, tries to get the ball away, gets away, but Harris loses it forward. No, Morrison loses it forward. Shade Keeper to feed the scrub. Mount Albert win his scrum, doing a bit of rugby tactics. Shane Cooper from Dubby half. Dubbies gets through, feeds it on to Jeffrey Ackland, takes it nicely. Jeffrey Ackland's down the ground. Gabbo. Gabbo, write those numbers down.
Humans, that's it, right at the start.
Cedric Lovett lines a kick up. Comes in now. 2 points. Cedric Lovett puts 2 points on the board for Mount. Kick off. It's a long kick back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper visit on to Marcus Poesi. On to Skippy George. Skippy George runs through. Tackle well by Otahuhu. Back to Tuffer. Tuffer runs hard. Tries to get through but can't. Ball goes the blind to Rando. Rando running hard. Tries to get through but can't. It's tackled by number 4. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper long pass out to Glenn Townsend. Out to Chris Mitter. Chris Mitter a long pass out to... Chris Mitter copped the late tackle then. Scrum to go down on the 22. Otahuhu's feed. Otahuhu feeds the scrum. They win the ball. Bring it back. Otahuhu out to the fullback. John Ripati. John Ripati tries to go himself. It's bowled over and it's by 3 Mount Albert players. Penalty to Otahuhu. Otahuhu kick it back. Daryl Morrison. Daryl Morrison goes back, feeds it back out to Daryl Morrison. Daryl Morrison goes around. Daryl Morrison's got the ball again. It's tackled by Jeffrey Ackland and ran over Tower. Scrum to go down. Daryl Morrison's been spoke to again. It's penalty to Mount Albert. Daryl Williams to kick for the line. It's not a bad punt. Makes a good 15 to 20 metres. Diesel to restart play on the 10-metre mark. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to John Ackland. Switches it back out to Mark Bourneville. Mark Bourneville runs into Tunatella. Knocks him over too. Diesel runs through dummy half. Skips around one tackle. Makes it up to the halfway. Play it back. Out to John Ackland. Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper long pass out to Jeffrey Ackland into Daryl Williams. Out to Skippy. Out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett comes back inside, settles it down. Glenn Townsend tries to go through, spots a gap. Can't, makes it up to the halfway. 10 minutes gone in the match. Skippy George out to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper, a little chip through. Otahuhu come through. Barrel over and a tackle of Jeffrey Ackland. And John. That was forward. Otahuhu bring it out the blind. Mount Albert caught inside the 5. Daryl Morrison kicks for the line. Makes good ground. Tap it, goes through. Big Frank runs through, feeds the ball onto number 10. Number 10 gets caught by Tafaraisaitini. Mount Albert regain the ball. Quick work by Diesel. Shane Cooper to feed the scrum. No, it's not. It's Daryl Morrison to feed the scrum. Daryl puts it in the second row. Goes out to Simons. Simons gives it out to Ripati. Ripati coming in the back line. Jeffrey Ackland just missed. On to Hugh McGann. Ball goes loose. Otahuhu pick it up. Went back fortunately. They lose it again. Too many knock-ons there. Shane Cooper feeds. Daryl Williams flying, gets up to the 10-metre mark. Plays the ball back out to Shane Cooper. Long pass out to Chris Mitter. Chris Mitter dummies, gets it back inside to Tafaraisaitini. Tafaraisaitini gets around one tackle, caught. Oh, it's Marcus Poisi, sorry. Out to Glenn Townsend, out to Tafaraisaitini, running hard, breaks through one tackle, crashes up to the halfway mark. Skippy George at dummy half, out to John Ackland. Long pass out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper straight on the thing, goes back. Shane picked it up nicely. Out to Cedric Lover, feeds it back inside to Chris Mitter. Chris Mitter gives it this thing. Ball goes forward. Otahuhu's got it. Otahuhu run it from dummy half. Run straight into the tackle of Jeffrey Ackland. John Ackland, I should say. Number 5 it's got no support, just runs himself. It's tackled by Rando Patel. Play it back, Big Frank's inside the 5, Miles inside the 5. Feeds it on to Huey McGann. Huey McGann tries to go through, but it's tackled by Shane Cooper and play it back. It's right, isn't it? Owen Wright runs the ball up. Play it back out to Daryl Morrison, chips for the line. Tough is back there. Goes out on the full. Be a scrum back here. Mount Albert feed. And Keeper feeds. We win the ball. Goes back out to Daryl Williams. Daryl gets through. Imey's through. Good running, Imey. Out to Horse. Horse out to Ace Face. Out to Super Dupe Coop. Out to Skippy George. Out to Rando. Out to John Ackland. John Ackland's just caught no more. By Huey McGann, I think it is. Out to Diesel. Diesel breaks through. Ducks a high one. Gets up 10 metres outside the 22. Back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper dummies. Comes to the blind. Long pass out to Skippy George, who picks it up. Play it back. Out to Horse. Horse tries to run through. Can't. 4th tackle. They come this way. At the Tougher. Tougher puts it out on the full. Scrum to go back. They won the ball. Otahuhu, good work then. Gets it out to Daryl Morrison's tackled. The fella that spent 5 minutes in the bins, caught well by Tafarai Satini. Murray Evans, isn't it? Out to the big number 10, I don't know who he is. Out to Morrison. Morrison dummies. Mount Albert caught inside the 5. John Ripati is going to try and level the scores. John Ripati comes in to kick. Misses. Darryl Williams to drop out on the 22. Jaime comes this side. No, he decides not to. Jaime comes in, drop kicks along. One goes over Daryl Morrison's head. Ripati trots back. Ripati taps it with his foot. John Ripati runs it up. It's tackled by John Ackland. Evans runs through. It's tackled by John Ackland. Cops a boot in the face. The big fella Frank Tilly-Tala runs hard, tries to get through, scalpel by Skippy George. Morrison out to right. Was it? Morrison out to Simons. Simons a long pass out. Tries to go through. Is caught by Rando Patel. Jeffrey Ackland's down. Gets up. Morrison dummies. Ball gets out to the big winger. The ball goes back. Morrison knocks it back. Out she comes. Simons. They bring it out this side. Out to Joe Ripati. Out to the winger. It's tackled well by Shane Cooper. 6 tackles. Diesel plays it back to Shane Cooper. Out to Skippy George. Skippy plays it back to Tuffer. Long pass out to Chris Bitter. Chris Bitter gets it out to Marcus Posey, who takes it nicely. He's set up a little bit then. Chris Bitter says, I'll run from dummy half. Makes it up to the 22. Good yardage by Chris Bitter. Out to Coop. On to Tafarai Satini. Splits the gap. Tries to get the ball away. Diesel was backing him up, but he couldn't get it to him. Plays it back to Cassini Kapu. Out to Glenn Townsend, the switch round. John Ackland comes through. He's caught by Otahuhu's defence. Play it back. It goes back to Daryl. Daryl comes in. It's a long kick. John Ripati waits for the ball to bounce. They take their time. They don't know who's going to have it. The winger finally picks it up. Tackled by John Ackland and Chris Mitter. Cedric Lovett, sorry. John Ripati tries to run from dummy half. Doesn't make any ground at all. Otahuhu's standing there. The ball goes back. Cedric Lovett comes in and tackles Evans. They use right runs through, can't get, doesn't make much ground. Crash tackle, ball gets loose, Shakeover picks it up, dummies, tries to get through, goes down. Play it back to Ackland, Daryl Williams running onto the ball, comes through, nearly breaks through the tackles too, running well Daryl. On to Tuffer, the big man, the big fella, the big prop forward. On to Diesel, his scrum partner. Feeds it on to Skippy George. Cops one from Frankie Tilly-Taylor. Gets up and plays the ball correctly. Plays it out to John Ackland. John Ackland feeds it back to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper dummies. Tries to get the ball away. On to Skippy George. Skippy George is caught. 20 minutes gone in the match. Skippy George. Oh, to John Ackland. John Ackland out to his brother Jeff. Brother Jeff is caught. Fifth and final. John Ackland puts the bomb up. Chris Mitter caught offside. Kicks for touch, makes good ground. Daryl Morrison to restart play. Otahuhu ready to wind up. Out they come, the big fella, number 10, runs through. Feeds it on to Huey McGann. Tries to brush off Shane Cooper. Jeffrey Ackland. On to big Frank Tilly-Taylor. Gets round one, gets round two. Brought down by Chris Mitter and Cedric Lovett. Only going across the field though, not making much ground. Evans runs, ducks his head, poleaxe to the ground. Out to Owen Wright, out to Simons. Long pass out to the winger, the ball goes loose. Shea Cooper feeds. Otahuhu penalised for kicking the ball out of the scrub. Darryl Williams to kick for touch. Jaime makes good ground. Diesel to restart play. Tuffer runs through, runs straight, gets through one, gets caught by Murray Evans. Diesel runs from dummy half, runs straight into the big fella, gets around, knocks him off, makes it up to the 22. John Ackland in dummy half. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper onto Rando. Rando running hard, gets the ball onto Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper looks, he's not offside, so he gets it out to John. John onto Skippy George. Skippy George running hard, breaks through the first line of defence, but is caught by Daryl Morrison. Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper long pass out to Townsend. Townsend misses out one, gets it on to Williams. Williams gets it back to Townsend. The ball goes forward. No, carried on. The ball goes back to John Ackland. Out to Chris Mitter. Out to Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett dummy. Cedric Lovett gets through one. Out to Tuffer. Tuffer out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, good bit of ball play then in the fourth tackle. Out to John Ackland. John Ackland out to Shane. Shane puts the bomb up. They're all onside. The big Otahuhu second row takes it correctly. Now but penalised. Daryl Morrison taps it inside his own 22. Evans tries to run through. Is caught by John Ackland. They run it through. Try to brush off the tackle to feed the ball away. He does get the ball away. Otahuhu standing around. Try to get the ball away but can't. Caught on the 22. Mount Albert still all onside. Capu stole the ball. Play it back. John Ackland out to Shane Cooper. Out to Townsend. Townsend tries to go through. He's tackled and cops one in the face from the big number 10. Oh, how's your nose, Glenn? Out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper out to Marcus Poisi. Otahuhu steal the ball. They run it from dummy half. The big fella Frank tries to go through but can't. Is caught by Jeffrey Ackland and Glenn Townsend. They run from dummy half, run straight into the props and Jeffrey Eklund. Jeffrey Eklund's got him caught. Play it. Bring it out the side. Otahuhu's looking for support, can't get the ball away. .28 minutes gone. Out she comes. Out to Ripati. Ripati tries to get through Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett hasn't got him covered that time. Tries to get off. Gets off correctly. To Daryl Morrison. Daryl Morrison kicks for the touch. No, he kicks along, kick back. Daryl Williams takes it nicely. Daryl Williams tries to split the gap. Daryl Williams gets round one. He's caught. If he only could have got the ball away to Marcus Poisi. Back to Tafari Satini. Tafari Satini onto John, onto Rando, who's running hard. Tries to get through, feeds the ball back to Shane Cooper. The ball goes forward. Morrison feeds, they win the ball. Out to Simons. Out to, nearly intercepted by Chris Miller. Caught Joe Ripati by the bootlaces. Play it back, they go the open. John Ripati trying to throw a dummy, he can't, it's caught. Who just inside Mount Albert's half. Play it back, they bring it the blind. Out to Owen Wright, splits the gap, gets it out to Simons. Simons long pass out to Ripati. Townsend picks it up, settles it down. Play it back out to Skippy George. Skippy George runs through, tries to get through, is bowled over and a tackle by number 10. Gets up slowly, plays the ball correctly. On to Tafarostini. Tafarostini back to Shane Cooper. Long pass out to Townsend. Townsend out to Cedric Lovett, takes it nicely. Out to Williams. Williams tries to get through, can't. Makes it up to the halfway. Brushes off Frank Tilatala. Kapoo. Kapoo tries to go through. Feeds it on to Townsend. Townsend splits a gap. Hasn't got the speed. Gets it on to Jill there. John Ackness 3-1 man. On to brother Jeff. Out to Diesel. Diesel tries to go through. Feeds it on to Borville. Borville puts it back. Morrison picks it up. Oh, hard luck, Mount Albert. Otahuhu's caught just outside their 22. 30 minutes gone. Wright runs it up. Makes good ground. It's caught by Jono. What number's that, Gabbo? Number. On the video. Out it comes. Out it comes, out to Morrison. Morrison out to the centre. The centre dummies, tries to get the ball away. It's tackled correctly by Jeffrey Ackland. Fifth and final. Haven't made it outside the half yet. Kicks to Daryl Williams, goes over his head. Daryl Williams picks it up nicely. Morrison comes up. Tries to get him round the bootlaces. Good tackle by Daryl Morrison. Chris Miller in a dummy half. Runs from dummy half. Gets it on to Williams. It's tackled by Morrison. Plays it back. Out to Rando, the big man running hard. Gets round Evans. Gets it on to Ackland. Ackland dummies. Gets it out to Shane Cooper. Shane Cooper picks the ball up. It's back to one. Townsend takes it nicely. No, he loses the ball. Scrum to go down. 30 minutes exactly now gone. Otahuhu win. Simons tries to go through. He's caught by Cooper. Play it back to the big fella running through. Hugh McGann's. Caught in a brilliant tackle by Daryl Williams. Play it back to John Ripati. To number 4, 3-man, 2-man. Tackle and pull it a touch. Darryl Williams kick for the line. Darryl Williams kicks backwards to give himself some room. Tap it, the big fella runs through, tries to charge the line, goes to the one side, nearly gets through, just short of the line. Play it back, it's caught by John Ackland. Big Frank Tilly-Teller tries to go through. Held up, though. Manab won the scrum. Shane Cooper comes around from the base of the scrum, makes 5 metres. Shane Cooper plays it back to Skippy George. Skippy George cops a high one from Evans, still holds onto the ball. Evans will want to watch himself. He'll be getting his marching orders. Rando Patel, tackle well. Got to Glenn Townsend, on to John Ackland. John Ackland comes through. Tries to make ground but can't. Otahuhu's defence holds. It's Jeffrey, out to Shea Cooper. Shea Cooper out to Townsend, out to Chris Bitter. No, it's Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett caught in a standing tackle. Cops one around the ear. Drifted vital. A hurried kick for Darryl Williams. Darryl Williams puts it up. Good kick by Darryl Williams under pressure. I think he might have copped this late one. Otahuhu with the tight head. Caught. Up to the big fella. Oh, right. Stands up, gets the ball away to the winger. Winger tries to go through, is caught by inside the 5, Mount Albert. Daryl Morrison taps it. Otahuhu comes through, crash tackle by Cedric Lovett. Cedric Lovett the ball. Out to Tuffer, out to John Ackland, out to Skippy George. Skippy George is tackled by Huey McGann. Play it. Diesel Dummies comes the blind. Caught this time by Huey McGann. To John Ackland. John Ackland runs through, tries to split the gap, nearly does too. Up to halfway. 35 minutes gone. 2-0 to Mount Albert. Out it comes to Jeffrey. Jeffrey goes back into this. The winger waits for it. Otahuhu winger picks it up, comes out this way. Tries to go through. Tuffer tackled with assistance of Skippy George. Play it back. Actually goes to John Riparty. John Riparty tries to split, gets through one. It's caught by Shane Cooper. Plays it back. Out they go. Big Frank Tilly-Teller running out in the centres. Caught low by Chris Smitter. Gets up, keeps going. Gets the ball away. Otahuhu. Play it across. Morrison out to Simon. Simon's out to Evans. Evans out to Riparty. Riparty's tackle well. Play it back. at the cub. Otahuhu, they pick it up. Goes on to Hugh McGann, on to Daryl Morrison, tackle well by Shane Cooper. Fifth and final. They play it back out to Huey McGann. Huey McGann passes it on to Simon. Simons didn't want anything to do. It gives it to Evans. Jeffrey Ackland getting tidied up by the Zambucks man. Shane Cooper to feed the scrum. Scrum goes down. Time restarts. Shane feeds it. Man up. Comes straight out. Scrum goes down. Come in, the horse takes the ball, flies, tries to go through but can't. Horse is trying to go. He's bowled over. Play it back out to Skippy George. Skippy George tries to get away, gets it away to Tuffer Isatini. Tuffer Isatini goes down. Otahuhu driving Mount Albert back at this stage. Out to John Ackland. John Ackland spots a gap, gets through, feeds it on to his brother Jeff. Out to Chris Mitter. Chris Mitter looks, gets inside one. Chris Mitter flies out to Mark Wolville. Mark Wolville's gone. Mark Wolville feeds it back in. And John Ripati knocks the pass forward. What a blow. What, 2 minutes remain before half time. Otahuhu come up with the ball. Go out to Ripati. Ripati dummies. Gets round one. Ripati's flying. Crashed over and a tackle by Darryl Williams. Great tackle. They run it. The big number 10 comes through. Gets through one. Caught. Otahuhu spin the ball this side. Out to Huey McGann. Huey McGann steps inside. Tries to get the ball away. Gets it away to number 9. Number 9's tackled by Skippy George. He gets up. Play the ball. Murray Evans goes across the field. Fields it back into Frank Talitala. Frank Talitala gets it on to Huey McGann. Huey McGann tries to go through. Gets it out to the winger. The winger's crunched over and a tackle by Rando Patel. Out to Murray Evans. Out to number 4. Tackle well. Morrison out to the big number 10. The big number 10 out to Evans. Evans out to Hugh McGann. Out to number 5. Forward pass. Half time, she's 2-0 to Mount Albert. What a ripper of a game we've got here. Cross now to Des White.
Check that it's not just
you certainly should have a try score. You've got enough pace and enough start on everyone. Well, they're back out now. Cedric Levitt, the last one to come on the field. There's no changes on either side. And I would now look into the sun. The score just 2-0. That's all. One penalty in this game in the Fox Memorial Grand Final for 1983. And Mount Albert wanting to win it for the third time in a row and be one of the very few clubs in Auckland that have done that. They won it in 82. They won it in 81. Can they keep in front in the next 40 minutes? There's the kick-off now. The ball taken by Darryl Morrison. Out it goes to Hugh McGann inside his 22. Runs across to centre field. Puts his elbow into Jeff Ackland. And the Otahuhu loose forward to play it to his stand-off Peter Simons. Taking it now will be Murray Evans on the terrace side. Runs into John Ackland. And it's taken to the ground on the tackle. And tackling has been very, very strong today. His own right from dummy half. Getting it away now to Alan Walters on the terrace side. Gets it on to Fred Muller. Muller hurdles one player. Gets away from the terrace touch. Slips the pass back to Owen Wright. He comes down that terrace touch up to the 10 metres. Will turn the ball on to Rane Nordmeyer, who's knocked it on. Jeff Ackland gets it for Mount Albert, and they play it inside Otahuhu's half by about 8 metres. Randall Patel in a dummy half. It gets the ball out to Tuffy Yasatini. Pushes off one player, going across towards centre field. Was going to slip the ball in, but Peter Simons is the tackler. And Yasatini to play the ball 8 metres inside the Otahuhu half. To Townsend, who passes the bat after Shane Cooper to John Ackland. Turns it back to Darryl Williams, the fullback running, but caught low and behind from Frank Tinatila. He was the tackler at 12 metres outside. Otahuhu's 22. Cooper now onto Townsend. They work their backs. Cooper coming around to take the pass. Love it on the burst. Almost getting through then at Peter Simons' tackle, but he stopped by Alan Waters. 6 metres outside the 22. Men Albert attack. They play the ball back to Shane Cooper. Townsend. Brett George held low by Murray Evans. Very, very hard to gain ground in this game at the moment. Randall Patel taking it from dummy half. Townsend with it, the high kick from him. Underneath it will be Hugh McGann or Darryl Morrison. The ball is deflected back to Darryl Morrison. He takes it, and the man chasing that ball was Chris Mitter. But Otahuhu have it inside their 22. Fred Miller gets to dummy half, runs to the quarter line, fends off one, gets it right at Joe Rapati. Oh, and he comes into the first, bang, bang, and he hits 2 of them, and they're on the ground, and he runs about 15 metres, 12 outside the 22, playing the ball to Rane Nordmeyer. Turns it terrace side to Darryl Morrison. On it goes to Owen Wright. Right out to Hugh McGann. Further it goes to Roger Rhodey. Gets the pass away to the fullback. John Rapati comes away from the terrace touch, but no progress made. Just spinning the pass across toward the terrace side of the ground. It's Peter Simons now from dummy half to Evans. Not too many players supporting Evans, so he has to take the tackle of Tuffy Yasatini. Plays the ball ahead. Turns it back on O'Brien, and he's been penalised, Evans, for not standing correctly when he played that ball. And so Tinatila drops the ball, and Darryl Williams, the fullback from Mount Albert, will kick for touch on the 10-metre mark inside Otahuhu's half. The clock says about 3 minutes gone. 2-0 the score. The Fox Memorial Final for 1983. Williams sights the terrace touch. There's his kick. Found it on the full. No, he did not. Let's have a look. The line-umpire's flag is not up, so he's deflected the ball back, and it goes to Darryl Morrison. A lovely take then by Fred Muller, who leapt in the air and flicked it back when it was going over the sideline. And Morrison will play it for Otahuhu to Nordmeyer. Gets it away now to Evans on a Tinatila on the burst. Evans taken by 2 players. And that was one Jeff Ackland, the other one high, Brett George. Tinatila to play the ball, Nordmeyer in a dummy half to Owen Wright, works the blind, the terrace side, slips the pass away now to Alan Walters, but he's caught by George and will play the ball 12 metres outside. Otahuhu's 22, and they've been pinned inside their half so far all the second half. Evans now, his first pass man, running a wide pass out to Peter Simons. John Rapati in the back line, and he flies, and he zooms around outside this time. Shane Cooper is still flying, John Rapati, but he's caught by the fullback. Darryl Williams on the 22, Mount Albert territory. Wednesday side, Roger Rhoder at dummy half. They'll stretch it across toward the terraces. Simons, and it goes now to Morrison. Fed out to Owen Wright. Hugh McGann. Murray Evans has a dab down that terrace touch. Stopped there, but a nice tackle by Williams, I think. Is it on that far side? No, it's right back by Wesley. And a penalty for Otahuhu on the 22. They must have a shot at goal. Offside were Mount Albert inside the 22. Some very, very astute refereeing today by Neville Kesher. He's right on target today, and he certainly had to contend with an all-in brawl, the best I've seen at the park for quite a while, but it usually is a little bit that way in a final when they're so wound up by the coaches, managers, etc. of the varying clubs. They come in and see the team, and the boys are getting slowly butterflies, and so they let it all go in that opening 6 minutes. It was an extra good one. They brought tremendous roars from the people on the terraces. So he's having a shot at a party, and it's not too far away from where Cedric Lovett kicked his shot at goal. It's inside the 22 as Lovett was on the quarter line, and it's slightly to the right of the centre of the field, and you could virtually just about throw it over. Might be a bit far to throw this one over, I think, Eric, would it? As he nods his head. However, I'm looking at the breeze. It's blowing really toward us here in the grandstand. So he's down toward the sheltered end. That's the Parnell end of Carlaw Park, so it really has no worry about wind. It's too close in. It's just a question, is he on form or not? There's his kick. It's a floater. It's there. The game is tied at 2. The league was fast and furious and lovely. So we've got 35 minutes to go. Glenn Townsend kicks off a top, and the ball shoots along the ground. Evans takes it nicely on the first, second bounce. Runs straight into Yasatini, held in a tackle. 10 outside the 22 of Otahuhu. Nordmeyer from dummy half runs away from that position as he picks up the ball. Puts his elbow into George, taken low by that player. And he'll play it with Evans now waiting to call Tinatila to take on the burst. He does. He runs hard, straight, and makes ground. Still going and takes 1, 2, 3 men over players to bring the big man down. In goes Nordmeyer from dummy half to Owen Wright. Turns it on Morrison. Wide out this time to Roger Rota. The ball bounces kindly, and Roger Rota slips underneath one tackle, but caught by the ankle, and it's Jeff Ackland, the player, as Darryl Morrison from dummy half gets away to Owen Wright, turns on to Peter Simons, over to Hugh McGann. McGann starts to run down the grandstand side. In goes John Swart to take the pass, and taken low, a fine tackle by Glenn Townsend. On the 22, away from the grandstand goes Hugh McGann, up to Owen Wright, Peter Simons, Darryl Morrison, wide out from the backs it goes now. Roger Rota, Joe Riccardi, bursting clear, standing up in the tackle, caught low by Cedric Lovett. And they lost control of the ball. 6-1 on Otahuhu. That's happened a couple of times today too. They play it man out on that 22. Back to Tuffa Yasatini, trying to get away from Owen Wright, but he grabs him by the arm and the jersey. And the prop for man to play the ball just outside their quarter line. Shane Cooper at dummy half to Brett George. Works the terrace side. Bang goes Tinatila. Down goes George. He gets up slowly. Kosini Kepo from dummy half gets away to Cooper. On it to Darryl Williams, the fullback, but he's caught. One down low, Hugh McGann low, high then wins Simons. They are playing it once again, and Townsend on it, John Acton. They work the blind, which is the grandstand side. Lovett picked up in the air by Owen Wright. 10 outside the 22. My word, it's hard to gain ground on this particular match at the moment. As Chris Mitter from dummy half, away goes the pass from the grandstand sideline to Cooper to George. George is stopped by Hugh McGann again, out toward the centres this time on the 10-metre mark, just outside their quarter line. They're going slightly backwards. They fire it back from the dummy half position. That was Jeff Ackland to Darryl Williams, the fullback. He kicks right-footed down the grandstand touch. John Swart goes back to the 22, takes it. He's got 3 men up players to hit. Bang, he's taken them the first low by John Ackland, or play it 5 metres inside Otahuhu's half to Owen Wright, grandstand side. It gets out to Darryl Morrison. Morrison to Evans. Evans slips the pass away nicely to Hugh McGann. McGann has a look. There's a loose arm and it's stuck underneath by Jeff Ackley. Turns the pass on and Murray Evans, and Evans is flying. Gets away to Norma. And he's going to get there. He's too slow. He's hit. And a great tackle in by Marcus Powesi. The hooker never had the legs. They're going to spin it right. The terrace side. Morrison from dummy half to Simons. Roger Rota. Oh, he did not play the ball correctly. Nordmeyer, and they've given away a penalty, and they had them shot. Manabut players just collapsed on the ground. What a fantastic tackle by Powesi, but, well, of all players, I suppose, to take the ball in the clear was the hooker, and he's always classified as the slowest player of the field. And it's John Ackland that's collapsed on the ground. I think he wants time out. I'm not sure. The referee said play on. Or is he not? No, he's waiting for time out. Or usually they just say play on. But Ackland lay on the ground there, and Manabut were really gone then, and a glorious break too by Evans, and out it went to the hooker, but he just couldn't get there, and a wonderful save tackle by Powesi, who came across from the terrace side and actually took him on a shocking kick here. John Swart has taken it. Darryl Williams is not finding touch, runs up to the 22, gets away to Walters. A long pass out of Peter Simons in centre field. He props, jinks a little bit, but is caught then by Cooper. Not good kicking by Williams, the fullback from Mount Albert. They play it, and in goes Owen Wright at dummy half to Evans. Evans has to have a dab himself. Still going Evans, he gets clear. Looks for support, fires a long way up to Fred Muller. He's down the terrace touch, he runs in field. Caught by Williams, 2 metres short of the line. Otahuhu on top at the moment. 2 all the score in the grand final. Evans out to Simons, wide up to Morrison. Roger Rhoda drops it. And they go back to Mount Albert's 22. Ooh, they hadn't gone then. But what lovely defence. There's a pass that cut out Joe Rapati out to Fred Muller. And Williams was there, that fullback who didn't find touch from the penalty just inside the field of play. They won a scrum, and this is Mount Albert, but ducking around the back of the scrum is Cooper. He's been caught. Jeff Ackland now runs a bit from dummy half, waits for the players to reform after they break from the scrum. And now Mount Albert in better formation on the 22. John Ackland gets back to Yisatini, caught low. They're not running off one another at the moment. They're going single. Just one man charging upfield. Yisatini's played it. Kepu gets it away from dummy half to Cooper to Townsend. Had a quiet game, Townsend. 30-odd minutes to go in the grand final. Townsend to play the ball. It's back now to Kepu. On he goes to John Ackland. Pops a little bit nicely. Gets it away to Kepu, who links with him. But he's caught by 2. Morrison low. Walters high. On the 10-metre mark. Still in their own half. Running out to play the balls now. As Patel gets it away to Cooper. He has a bit of a dab, and he's stopped there, but gets the ball back to Jeff Ackland. They want to kick it. They're all offside, and they've been caught. Mount Albert are not functioning at the moment. Just a slight bit of panic. Great grand final, this one. So Darren Morrison will kick for touch on about the 5-metre mark inside Mount Albert half. There's the kick by Morrison. Oh, and he's terrible. He's casually kicked it and never found it, just like Williams. Bourneville takes it, and he's an aggressive-styled runner. They drag him over the sideline, but the referee says, a scrum. Oh, they're lucky too. I thought there might have been penalties for that, but my word, that's bad kicking by both of the players on either side who are going for the back line of Mount Albert's flat. They've won losing the scrums at the rate of what? 7-6? No, it's not as bad as I thought. Penalties, Eric, is what? 9-6-2. Otahuhu. Morrison to put this ball in. They have the loose head. That's Otahuhu. He fires it in, takes it out, waits in the second row, runs, slips it around out of Simons at stand-off. On he goes to Roger Rhoda. Rhoda getting out to John Rapati, but they're flat-footed and they're too close. The result is that Mitter gets John Rapati. So they're so close they could almost shake hands, this back line. As they play it now, it's out to Simons. Simons on to Hume again. Out it goes to Joe Rapati. Rapati has a dab. Beats off Cedric Glover. Then he has to come back, but the winger gets in. Tewishi's the man that saves and brings Joe Rapati down. They play the ball. Muller in a dummy half. Waters is that first pass man, taken low and a tackle in by John Ackland. Hume again, getting up to Tunatila. Down the terrace touch he goes. They let him run to Tunatila. Standing up, beats one, but he's flat-footed at the moment. He's almost trying to... Well, they can't drag him over the sideline. He's too powerful for that. And finally he plays the ball. 10 outside. It's 22. Evans getting away now to Morrison. The ball bounces unkindly for everyone, and they dive on the loose ball. It'll be a knock-on, says the referee. The ball skidding along the ground there. Not good passing by Otahuhu, and I thought really that they might be short of match play. This is their second game in a month, and it's not being revealed at the moment. They're running onto their passes well, they're taking the ball well, and it's a wonderful grand final, this game. One of the best I've seen for a long, long time. The weight of Otahuhu goes in, they dive on the ball. Morrison has beaten Shane Cooper. No, Cooper gets up with the ball, and he'll play it from Mount Albert. Jeff Ackland from dummy half to fullback Williams, in close, runs into Peter Simons, couldn't beat that player, and he'll play it now about 3 or 4 metres in Mount Albert's half. Grandstand side, Mitter from dummy half, gets away to Townsend. Brett George runs, he's running away from support, and they let him run too. This game is beginning to open up slightly now. What's the clock say? We've got about 27 minutes to go in the game, and out on the terrace side goes Shane Cooper, standing up in a tackle, gets away to Randa Patel. They change direction now, it's back towards the grandstand side. Kepu onto Yisatini. Yisatini gets it, no, he sells a bit of a dummy then, but they're caught and they're up to the 22. Mount Albert's turn now. 2 all the score. Kepu runs as he does from dummy half, turns it back to Mitter. Mitter fires it on the terrace side to Townsend. They've got an overlap out here. Cooper ducks back in field the wrong way. Jeff Ackland takes it. Mitter gets it. He gets hit then hard. And they had a chance on the left, the terrace side. It's back in centre field, 16 metres away. Last play the ball on Mount Albert. Shane Cooper on the terrace side. Lovett has a dab now. Gets away from Evans. Flies down that touch. Turns it back in field. The ball's on the ground. Otahuhu get it. 5 metres out from the terrace corner flag. Simons getting up, plays it slowly. Evans tightens, just puts his elbow into fullback. Williams is right up there for Mount Albert. And Otahuhu now have got to get themselves out of a difficult situation. Evans has played the ball. Muller sells a little bit of a dummy. Stands up, gets it back to Evans again. He opens the pass out now to Hume again. Wide out it goes to Roger Rhoda. Joe Rapati has a dab. Beats one player. Here he goes, Joe Rapati, racing down the grandstand touch. Kepu comes across. Lets him go. Rapati to his feet again. Runs outside the 22 by about 8 or 9 metres. Is caught. Plays the ball. John Swart at dummy half. Gets away to Morrison. Away from the terrace grandstand side. Owen Wright this time. Slips the pass to Morrison. Dabs brilliantly. A lob pass way out this time. It goes toward the wing three-quarter. Muller on the terrace side. He comes back in field, but he's caught. Oh, and the pace is on at the moment. They play it 10 metres inside their own half. Otahuhu, Peter Simons, blindside. Tinatila fends off one. The big man still goes. Tinatila, bang, he knocks up another one. Caught in centre field now. A low tackle, Tuffy Yusatini, the man. Morrison turns it on the terrace side to Peter Simons. The overlaps are starting to appear. And it's Hume again that takes his pass. Turns it back into Walters. Walters has caught Howard. Slips it back this time to Hume again. Again inside man up its half. A lob pass intercepted by Kosini Kepu. They try to open it up then, but it's the man over Hooker who play it. And Otahuhu have got to get back in position in a hurry. They play it. Shane Cooper to Townsend. Townsend a long pass wide out to Cedric Lovett. Lovett with the biggest of gaps now. Starts to run toward the 22. Walters has caught him from behind and drags him to the ground on the grandstand side. Quarter line. They work away from there as Kepu this time has caught ball and all at dummy half. Too slow. Swat the tackler. Lovett in a dummy half after that glorious run. They get it out now to Townsend. Darryl Williams trying to burst clear, but Ronnie Nordmay takes him high. Walters low. Still on the quarter line towards centre field. Rana Patel to John Ackland. They pass toward the terrace side to Cooper. Cooper jinks a little bit. Comes back in centre field. Out it goes to George. Oh, there's a great overlap here. But he's smother tackled and they can't get it away. Owen Wright was the man then as Jeff Ackland now. On it goes to Glenn Townsend. His little kick goes astray. No, Ronnie Nordmeyer picks it up for Otahuhu. They had an overlap on the right, the grandstand side. It just didn't work for Matt Owen. No finish at the moment. Owen Wright from dummy half to Simons. My word, their adventures right across the goal mouth from Hugh McGann to Roger Rader. Roger Rader's flying. And he sends the ball back down to Hugh McGann. McGann goes down the terrace touch, heading to the 10-metre mark, but it's caught in his own territory. On that far side, the tackler is Powesi. 60 minutes gone. A fantastic third quarter here. They fight for supremacy, both these teams. As Walters out to Morrison. Morrison jinks a little bit. Beats one, beats two. The cover defence is there. It's stretched, it's wide, but they're in their right places, each team. And Morrison playing the ball back to Walters. He works the terrace side, has a dab on his own. Slips the pass way to Tinatila. The big man's away. Inside, man over half. He won't get there. He's got no support. Williams is there. And they take him, and he's 12 metres outside the quarter line now. Matt Abbott on defence as Evans from dummy half to Owen Wright. Wright turning the ball back to, wide up to Roger Rader. Rader's away this time. He's lost support. Goes around in a bit of a circle. Still looking for a player, but he's caught. And the gaps are appearing now. The pace is too much. Well, too fast, you might say, for both sides. And they play it now. They'll have to work away from the grandstand side. Peter Simons, a little kick ahead. Races for the ball. Williams dives on it. Goes to the ground. Drop out onto the uprights to Matt Abbott. Very, very fast. The fastest club game of the season. Conditions beautiful, the sun's shining, a huge crowd on the terraces. The score at 2-all, the clock says 23 minutes to go, and I couldn't read this one at all. Both sides had their turn on attack. They are so well matched. They both had the ascendancy, both lost it. And they're pretty much an exhausted team, I would say, that walks off the field if they win it. They'll know they've been in one great game of club rugby league. Darryl Williams taking the time in the world at the moment for drop out toward the grandstand side. Rapati's going to cover this one. He turns and drops out centre field. And it's a floater, but it's picked up by Darryl Morrison. He gets to the 22. And he'll be caught, taken into a tackle then by the standoff Townsend. Has played the ball to Walters. Walters advances, gets it on to Morrison. Morrison is about 15, 12 short of the line, and he's caught in a tackle in by Kepper. They work at the grandstand side, out to Owen Wright, right out to Peter Simons. Turns it back into Roger Rader. Rader this time nearly outsteps Glenn Townsend, but he's caught just by the ankle. No gaps at the moment. Evans running wide this time. Tries to cut out a man. Sends it on to Hugh McGann. Hugh McGann's turning his head. And a one down under the uprights, held, but not quite held from home today. Rapati from right out in front. Must be there. They are the favourites, incidentally, listeners. The terrace crowd have really given a tremendous roar for Otahuhu. There's the kick. That's a killer that one. That's one that you've got to, which we just about into the last quarter. 22 minutes to go. Townsend to kick off. The breeze a little bit stronger, and they look into the breeze too, and that's Mano what I'm talking about. Evans takes it, the man that made that wonderful run, and he's caught low by John Ackland. Play it to Nordmeyer. 10 metres outside the 22. Has a dab ahead from dummy half. About 5 metres upfield he goes. Dragged to the ground by Yesatini, and no, by Kepu as well. Evans from dummy half. Goes straight ahead, beats one, beats two, finds Peter Simons, drops a little bit Simon, jigs too much and is caught. Will play it on his own 10-metre mark to Evans from dummy half. Works the grandstand side to Morrison. Tinatila, the big man, goes straight into the forward pack, knocks over Brett George, held by Yesatini. Plays the ball to Hugh McGann, the try scorer, out to Morrison. There's his kick for touch, but he's sliced off his boot. Goes back down the centre field, picked up easily by Darryl Williams, the fullback. Runs into Morrison, taken low by that player. A lovely defender is Morrison. His tackling superb today. George from dummy half from the play of the ball to Cooper. Jeff Ackland comes round, gets the pass out to George on the blind side. That's the grandstand touch. Runs into Tinatila, doesn't move. Stopped dead then when he gets to Tinatila. Plays the ball to Kepu. Kepu gets in the way to Yesatini. Out it goes to Shane Cooper. Bourneville wide this time. The winger has left the grandstand side, but caught on the 10-metre mark in their own half. Struggling a bit, Mount Albert, to make ground. Townsend, they work the terrace side. Out to Cooper. Lovett slips under a tackle, but caught from behind. The player is Owen Wright. Still not making the halfway line at the moment. Mitter to John Acton. They work it behind the rucks in with a switch of play to Glenn Townsend. Kepu carries it on to Yesatini. Turns it this time to Kepu again on the halfway line. They try to open up the defence of Otahuhu. Kepu slipping it back to Jeff Acton. Now it goes on to Townsend. Straight ahead goes the standoff this time. Looks for support. The ball on the ground, but it's deflected back to Shane Cooper. He gets to his feet. Still going, Mount Albert, and is held by Fred Muller. The winger's left his position. He's in centre field now, but Cooper has played it. They work the terrace side. Love it. Chris Mitter kicks this time for touch, and a very, I'm just going to say a great kick, but the ball races over the dead ball line, and it'll be a tap on the 22 to Otahuhu. So I thought it was going to be a lovely touch finder then, but instead it wasn't. Peter Simons, a tap kick, gives it away to Walters. The prop man ducked his head, runs straight in this time, flicks it back to the forwards. Out it goes to Peter Simons, to Darryl Morrison. Morrison has to go up centre field. They go low and take him to the ground. Otahuhu leading 8-2, 19 minutes to go. Evans now from first baseman, flies through the defence, turns it on to Hugh McGann. Down the far side he goes, and he can't just get to the supporting player. Nordmeyer inside, Muller on his right. And he couldn't get it there to Fred Muller, but Muller has it now from dummy half. Has a bit of a go himself, finds there's a few gaps appearing in Mount Albert's defence, but is held just by the back of the jersey. Kepu the tackler, 12 metres inside, Mount Albert half. Owen Wright down the terrace side, they're punching that play very well now. Wright is caught, gets the ball away to Hugh McGann. What a great take he took of that ball, and he's on the quarter line. John Acton, the tackler. Simons from dummy half, getting it away nicely now to Muller. Muller looks for support, says he'll accelerate through the defence, and the ball is on the ground. Deflected back to Nordmeyer. He picks it up the hooker, runs it into John Acton's tackle. On the 22, towards centre field. Last play the ball on for Otahuhu. Morrison will kick for touch. No, they elect to spin it this time. There's Roger Roder's little kick ahead. Two, not well placed. Shane Cooper fools everyone, takes the ball, spins in a circle, tries to beat then the Johnswood, but runs straight into him. And they play it on the quarter line. Mount Albert hard on defence. A tap ahead by Shane Cooper. Turns the ball back to Townsend. On to Yesatini. Works the blind. A bit of a gap here now for Mitter. Mitter coming down. He's got Morrison to beat. Down low he goes. A beautiful tackle. Morrison over the sideline goes. Chris Mitter. The play goes up 8 metres or 9 inside Mount Albert half. Scrum being formed now, the clock ticking away. What are we into now? 17 minutes to go. Just going to say, Mount Albert have won it tight here. They haven't won one today, I don't think, have they, Eric? No, but Otahuhu have won one. Pack to be reformed. The front rows are standing up now. Then it goes, a strike by Otahuhu. Great weight there. Morrison and Peter Simons juggled with the ball a little bit, but the defence closes. He beats Townsend, but he's lost support, and Jeff Acton broke fast from the loose forward position and takes Peter Simons to the ground. Morrison from dummy half gets to Evans this time. Running strongly, slips it to Hugh McGann. McGann gets the way to Joe Rapati, and Rapati's having a go, and he's scored, however, but he can't get the pass away on the right. A great tackle in by Williams, the fullback, once again. This boy's good. He's only a youngster, but he's a fine cover defender. Evans now 10 metres short of the line. Owen Wright having a bit of a go for the line. Slips the ball overhead. Picked up by Matt Abbott's Townsend. On to Shane Cooper. Yesatini has it now. Caught by Roger Rhoda. 1 minute looked like Otahuhu. Now it's Matt Abbott hard on the fence. They reform. Yesatini's hurt. Levitt from dummy half. Runs into Walters, but is caught by Roger Rhoda and Walters on the quarter line. Matt Abbott there in a bit of a bunch behind the play of the ball. They're a bit tired as well as Patel gets it away to Cooper, to John Ackland. Jazzes nicely, props left, right, gives it to Shane Cooper. Mitter has a go now. The centre three-quarter. He's got John Swart to beat. He's got the fullback John Rapati. No support. A great run then, 50 metres upfield. 10 outside the 22. Kemp was away from dummy half. Caught, however, on the back by Murray Evans, I think it is, and a penalty is conceded. They're all offside, Otahuhu. And I think they were lucky to concede that one too, when Mitter flew through then. And they will have or not a shot at goal. Let's have a look. They're having a shot at goal, and it will be Cedric Levitt. 25 minutes gone in the third. Well, I should say the second half. The third quarter's up. Is on the 22, Levitt. The Matt Abbott cheer girls move away from the number 2 ground of the goal posts in the in-goal area. Very colourful to see both Otahuhu with their blue and black, their cheer girls today, and Matt Abbott, which have the gold and the blue. A lot of balloons today were let go, as customary in the grand final. The Matt Abbott Lions and their headgear there in the behind the in-goal area. There always is a great deal of excitement when you have the big one of the year. Cedric Levitt on the 22. He's about halfway, I suppose, between the centre of the field and the sideline. So he would be with the angle not much more than 24 or 25 metres away, so the distance won't worry him. And if anything, he'll be sheltered a little bit too by the breeze. There's his kick, it's accuracy now. It looks pretty good. A lovely kick, Cedric Levitt. The tap or kick for touch, but instead Cooper elected, and he's just a try, they can square the game. John Rapati to kick off. Just one try in a game, which has been really packed with excitement. An all-in brawl after 6 minutes. You've had everything here, some lovely team play. The kick-off to be taken, and Darryl Williams gets the pass from his captain, Shane Cooper, runs into Tinatila, doesn't move. Gets up to play the ball after that tackle. He's all right, and it's about to Brett George. Now goes to Townsend. Townsend's caught by Peter Simons, about 5 metres outside the quarter line of Mount Albert. Randa Patel from dummy half. A pass on the terrace side to John Ackland. Makes ground about 7 metres past the play the ball area, stopped by Hugh McGann. Jeff Ackland now waiting to take it out from dummy half. Turns it on the grandstand side to Shane Cooper. Townsend has his pass to Levitt. They're all close up. Chris Mitter. Nordmeyer's there. The ball is spun out now to Bourneville. Comes away from the grandstand touch, but is caught. And they play it. Still about 12 metres in their own half. Levitt from dummy half to Townsend. Townsend just waltzing a little bit. George takes it on the burst, but caught low by Nordmeyer. Still 10 metres in their own half. 14 minutes to go in the grand final. Patel spins around from the dummy half, turns it on to Jeff Ackland. There's his kick for touch, deflects off a Mount Albert player, and over the sideline it goes just inside Otahuhu half. And it's a scrum, and it'll be Mount Albert with a loose head. Backline's flat. Cheryl, let's have a look at the fullbacks. They're very close, both of them really, and John Rapati is right behind Roger Rhoda at inside centre, and Darryl Williams behind Cedric Levitt as well at inside centre. So the backlines are really playing international stuff today. The wingers are not much more than about 16 to 17 metres away from each other. There's a hook by Mount Albert. Out it goes to Glenn Townsend. Tries to beat Simons, but is caught by that player who will play it on the halfway line. 8-4 the score at the moment in the grand final as Jeff Ackland takes it up from dummy half to Cooper. Cooper hit by Evans then, but he gets the pass back to Jeff Ackland, advances straight forward in the right manner too. Low goes Darryl Morrison and takes him to the ground. They play it. John Ackland getting it away now from the dummy half position to Cooper, and it goes to Chris Mitter, gets outside Frank Tinatila, but he's caught by that wing three-quarter John Swart, and Tinatila goes in high. Mitter to play the ball, but he's got the ball off him, and the referee will just about penalise him. That's what he's done. Tinatila's given away a penalty. Cooper turns, he's going to call Cedric Levitt for a shot at goal. No, he said, we won't. So they kick for touch. The pressure on now, just outside the 22 of Otahuhu. The clock ticks away, it's 8-4 the score. One try for Mount Albert, they squared the game. Kepu gets it away to Patel, runs inside the quarter line of Otahuhu, caught in a tackle by Tinatila. Plays it close to the grandstand side. Kepu from dummy half. Yesatini, they work the forward, strips to the ground. No progress made, still just a couple of metres in the quarter line area. Kepu acts a dummy half. Cooper now. Jeff Ackland a bit wider from the ruck. Tries to skirt it, gets clear, but is held by Owen Wright. They play it, getting towards centre field. Just straight across this particular line. It's Cooper from dummy half to Townsend. He goes clear. One, he's there! Well, you wouldn't believe about it. It's the easiest try that's been scored in a grand final for something like 20-odd years. The defence has been so immaculate by everyone, and Townsend veered slightly to the left. Then he just ran, and Otahuhu stood, looked at him, and he ran about 16 metres and dotted down no more than about 10 metres to the right of the uprights, and Mount Albert should hit the lead here with 12 minutes to go. We were literally shocked when they saw that Townsend, wonderful game, and was instrumental in setting up 2 tries with his little kick aheads cleverly, and today he's become Mount Albert's match winner. If Lovett can convert this one, it's 8-all, and we're right behind this shot. We'll tell you how it is. It's there. Mount Albert lead 10-8. 12 minutes to go. John Rapati to kick off over the 22. And it's a dropout under the uprights, and Mount Otahuhu can gain possession here. Darryl Morrison talking to his team. Settle down, don't get toey, just relax. We're going to get the ball from the dropout. We're inside their half. We can score in a hurry if we're lucky. Williams will drop out right onto the uprights. Let's see which way he's going to go, to the sideline or deep. He can concede a penalty if he kicks too deep and puts it out over the quarter line. There's a right out in centre field dropout this time. The ball bounces. It'll be taken by John Swart. Runs. The Mount Albert players are determined to get him. Beats the first tackler, Jeff Ackland. Stands up, however, and goes to the ground in the end. The man underneath him is Glenn Townsend. Plays the ball 32 metres away from Mount Albert's line to Walters at dummy half to Evans. Evans has a go. Turns the ball back to Nordmeyer. Nordmeyer's inside the quarter line, just stopped by John Ackland. Pressure on Mount Albert now. Hugh McGann turns it on to Owen Wright. Wright has a go for the line. Stopped 15 metres short by John Ackland. Frank Tinatila stabbing for the line. The big man is on just about there, but he's held 2 metres short of the line. Somebody's flat on his back. I don't know who it is. It might be a Mount Albert player, John Ackland, but the Walter's getting away to Evans. Evans turns it out to Peter Simon. Simons accelerates this time. Still going Peter Simon. Down it goes to Morrison, but he's stopped face on. Offside you are then, and it's a penalty given against Darryl Morrison. They've hit him with everything, and he's out flat on his back. That man getting to his feet is Jeff Ackland, isn't it? Yes, he's the man that lay flat on his back. He's been knocked out before. Morrison is stretched out cold, 8 metres out from the uprights. He took the pass off Simons and never moved, and Jeff Ackland comes off. I don't think he knows whether it is a Sunday or Saturday today. He was totally out on his feet in the first half, staggered around, and he has been replaced by... Did you see it? I didn't see it. I was looking at... Stephen Howells has come on, and Ackland going off. Had a great game, this boy. And Morrison hasn't moved now. He's just getting his head lifted up off the ground at the moment. That's the captain for Otahuhu. But they've lost advantage at the moment. They'll kick for, no, I don't think they will kick the touch from this particular position. It's only about 8 metres out, right at the centre of the field from the goalpost, and I would imagine they'd take the tap, but at the moment it's Darryl Morrison still receiving medical attention. Last year's test, of course, he got, in last year's grand final, he got badly hurt. Went off in the opening few minutes, was it? Peter Simons went later. I think it was quite a chapter of absence for... and Phil Harrison, that's right, there were 3 got hurt in last year's final. This time we've seen 3 of injury, and Morrison is the first Otahuhu player. Was it? Morrison gets to his feet, staggering a bit. Let's have a look at the program to see who has won the treble last. Eric Young, the Auckland Star reporter, will look up and tell us which was the last time they won it. 3 in a row. Easton would be in 63. Morrison is getting taken on. Well, he's badly concussed, the captain. And let's have a look who's coming on at the moment. I'm not too sure. They're going to put Peter Simons in it. Kenny Anderson is hurriedly putting on his boots. He's had a marvellous game for the reserve grade today, and bad luck, Morrison has failed to see out 2 grand finals now for his side. Dara Williams, the man up at fullback, and at the moment they've got the advantage, and there's a play of the ball at the moment which has been hooked back by Owen Wright at the counter restart again because Williams dived on it. It's Kusini Keppel gets the ball out now to Cooper. On goes to George, and they take George high and low, and he's held. As Anderson now loosens up on the grandstand sideline, but he's got to come on when there's a break and play. Kepper from dummy half, caught by Tinatila, fires it back to Shane Cooper. Cooper just caught then by Evans and no more. 8-9 minutes to go in the grand final. A lead of 2 to Mount Albert as they lead at half-time. And the new player on the field at the moment is Howes. Stephen Howes, yes, and he's got the ball and he'll play it 10 metres outside, Mount Albert 22. Yesatini takes it from dummy half to Cooper. They work the terrace side. On it goes down to John Ackland. Kempu turns it back to John Ackland again, and he's flying down inside under half. In goes Fred Miller, turns it on this time to Marcus Boesi. Boesi's caught one behind, and they've got Otahuhu gone. Boesi trying to get to his feet now. Will play the ball to Tupper Yesatini, about 15 metres short of the line. There's Shane Cooper's droppy. It's there. So they lead. 32 minutes gone. A droppy by the captain, Shane Cooper. Didn't waste any time, and he let fly, and it flew too. Turns the ball onto his fullback Williams. He runs past the 22 and into Nordmeyer. Nearly gets taken by, well, just about went through his tackle, but he's held, and he's up to 10 metres inside their own half. I think the life taken a little bit out of Otahuhu now. They need the ball badly. They want to get into this game in a hurry, and it's gone at the moment as Brett George takes the pass from Kemper, and it goes to Yesatini, and he's very nearly in the clear, but he's stopped. A 3-point lead is good enough to take the grand final with 8 minutes to go. Shane Cooper from dummy half to John Ackland with that superb break. Townsend now, the man that scored that winning try for them, is held in a tackle by Alan Walters. 2 metres inside their own half. Cooper will spin it away from dummy half to Howells. Turns it on the terrace side to Lovett. Lovett is taken low. Otahuhu no ball at the moment. They play it in his back to Randa Patel. On to John Acton. They work back toward the grandstand side, and Chris Miller kicks for touch this time, and it's a lovely one. So Simons will go to dummy to halfback for Otahuhu. Let's have a look. He'll play the ball. I should say he'll put the ball in the scrum. And it'll be an Otahuhu hook at the moment that's coming out ever so slowly. And it is out to the halfback now. He gets the way to Kenny Anderson. Turns it on John Rapati. Rapati is caught out with the fullback. He can't slip it out. There's a 3-2 overlap on that far side. But they play it on their own 22. Otahuhu, Sean Zwart, straight ahead. Takes a short way to the try line. But it's a long way to go yet because he's only 10 metres past the quarter line. Caught, plays the ball. Simons out to Kenny Anderson. Anderson turning it wide out to a flying Joe Rapati. And Rapati sets sail when he's got up to the halfway line. Caught in the tackle in. And they play it on the terrace side. The big crowd starting to, some of them starting to leave. It's Alan Wallace flying down the great terrace touch. Turns it back in field this time to Hugh McGann. What a great take, this player. He flicks it back to Owen Wright. On to Evans. Evans spins it wide out now to Peter Simon. They open up to Kenny Anderson. Roger Rhoda. Joe Rapati back this side. John Rapati, but they can't move. He's caught. They turn it back away from the grandstand side to Roger Rhoda. He takes a short way. Beats one. Beats two. Roger Rhoda. Still going. It's caught by the fullback. Turns it this time. On he goes to Fred Miller. Miller flies. It could be a try. Owen Wright tells the dummy. Falls to the ground. Owen Wright. Still going. Here we go. They've lost the ball. Oh, they just about had them. And that would have won the game for them. But it's a scrum. What a superb effort by Otahuhu. So it's a scrum 5 metres, and Maribor players are lying on the ground. They're exhausted in this grand final. The best I've seen for many, many years. Well, I thought it could have been it, Eric, but it's not. It looks like it's Mount Albert. You've got to need the brakes, and it just didn't turn that way. So they put the ball in. They've got to win a tight head, Otahuhu, to have a chance. The clock ticks away to the last 5 minutes. Cooper puts it in. Penalty, Otahuhu, they've got a chance. The ball gets fired over the sideline. The referee will penalise them right on the goal line for ripping the ball out over the sideline. They must play that ball. The tap is taken. Out there goes now to Simons. On to Kenny Anderson. He's caught, however, and he'll play the ball. 15-12, short of the line. Out from the uprights. One try will make it. Tina goes for the try. Can't get the ball down. He's only about less than a half a metre from the try line. The kicks don't worry. They play it. Peter Simons now. And it goes out to Murray Evans. Evans has a go. They must get in. Roger Rooney will score. Roger Rooney will win this game for Otahuhu. Otahuhu, the kick doesn't matter. They've just got to hang on now. Like I thought matter but would. Metres away from the corner. I should say from the sideline. And what does the clock say? We've got less than 4 minutes to go. Has he shot at goal and what was that try scored in the 36th minute? What is it? Yep, right. The clock restarts now, I think. It's a big kick and they lead 12-11, but does the kick really worry? It looks a lovely kick! So they hit the lead 14-11 as Emil Farfusiaga is on the field. The ball high in the air. Walters takes it. The clock ticks away now toward full time. And the referee has penalised them for, I'm not sure what. Somebody coming on and not signaling to the referee that he's on. He's going off the field at the moment. They had one extra man on. I don't know. Let's have a look what's going to happen. However, they've conceded a penalty and they've given Man Albert their big chance to get into this hectic last few minutes. And there's the kick and they've found touch and they're 12 metres short of the line. It's their turn once again to come back in this game. Bondville will be the tap kicker. Now it's John Ackland. They're in a bunch of Man Albert forwards. They're going to hurdle themselves at the line and there's only less than 3 to go. There they go now, wide out to Glenn Townsend. He goes for the bomb kick. It's high in the air. They race back. John Rapati. It's all over the horns on the dead ball line. Drop out under the uprights to Otahuhu. Oh, the crowd is heaving and sighing. And some of them are excited and some of them are disappointed, whichever side you're on at the moment. But it's a drop out to the Leopards. And the player of the day is Hugh McGann. The dropout will be taken by Peter Simons. Remember, Darryl Morrison is, their captain, is off the field. There's a deep dropout too by Peter Simons. The clock ticks away. We've got about 2.5 minutes left. Howes is the man on just outside the 22. Strips the pass away to Patel. Randall Patel has the ball, but he's caught by 3 Otahuhu players. And they've got to defend desperately, the Leopards now. The Lions have got a charge toward that try line. In goes Lindsay Hooker has come on. It's Zoe Half. Shane Cooper. It's a knock on by Chris Miller. You know who are the favourites? The crowd are roaring for Otahuhu to stay on top. What a game. What a seesaw. 2-all. 8-2 to Otahuhu. Then it was 11-8 to Mount Albert. Then 14-11 to Otahuhu. Quite impossible to pick the second half. The back line, a 4-3/4 stance by Mount Albert. The same, and a penalty is conceded by Lindsay Hooker with his head butted, I think. I don't know. It was head butting by Hooker. And this must just about turn the tide for Otahuhu. They must click here as Hugh McGann, the player of the day, and had a wonderful game, this Kiwi. He's back to his best. And I mean, it's a good best too with this boy. He's kicked for touch and found it. They're on the halfway line. The Leopards now, the tap to be taken by Peter Simons. He's their vice captain. He's now acting as the captain. And they get it away to Murray Evans. What a great game he's had too, and that marvellous try that he scored in that first half. They play the ball. This is Otahuhu. Out it goes to Nordmeyer. Owen Wright. They work the blind. They work their forwards. They play it tight and professional. We're in the last minute now of this grand final of 1983. It doesn't look like that history will be made for Mount Albert today, as it's back to Alan Walters. Walters is caught. There's the siren! Otahuhu, they at the club rooms at Otahuhu. The reserves won 18-12. The Premiers won today after being down 2-0 at half-time. You know what that great second half was? It was tied at 2-all with a Rapati kick. Hugh McGann, that wonderful try after Evans made that superb break 18 minutes into the second half. Conversion, but an 8-2 lead. Back came a Lovett penalty. They tried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Buck Royal changing. What more do we want?